What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet, and it's another one of those rambling videos. If you're unfamiliar with this series, it's when I talk about myself, life, what's going on with my health, my career, the world around us, just stuff I want to talk about. It's my vlogging series, if you will, and I have a few things I want to talk about this week. As you guys know, here in the world, the holidays are happening, and whether you celebrate Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or something a little more mainstream, I guess, like Christmas here in the United States, I hope you're having a wonderful holidays. It is certainly the season for giving, and it's the last chance in the fiscal year to do any charitable giving. So we have some big plans to do some giveaways here this month, and I'm hoping they'll work out. I'm sure we're going to end up doing Twitter giveaways, live streamed giveaways. We're going to give back this year, is basically what I'm trying to say. And I don't want to nail down too many details right now, but it's something I really feel that I should be doing, considering as much giving people have done to me this year. Specifically, those of you who gave me those subscription numbers, Microsoft, of course, Sony, infinitely, I owe Sony so much. And it's just been, an amazing year. We're getting now towards the end of the year, and it's funny, when 2013 began, me and my wife sat around and were like, how can we top this year? You know, I got engaged, my YouTube thing is doing its thing, I've lost some weight, things are awesome. And 2013 just rocked beyond my wildest imagination, and I'm going to work on a compilation video as we get closer to the new year so that you guys will have that, just some of the highlights from this last year. But I can't, it's hard to even imagine. It's hard to even imagine that this is my life. You work so hard and you dream so big, and then when you get it, it's just like surreal. It really, really is. Now, of course, the downside of the holidays for any big guy out there is eating, because people put food in front of you, they bring food, they share food. And of course, I had two Thanksgivings this year, one at home with a smaller group of friends, and then on one of my friend Mike's place in a much bigger group of friends. And actually, I guess they were about even size this year. But man, I ate for sure. And I've put on some weight in the past 6 weeks, and it's very disconcerting, but my doctor has told me not to worry about it too much. He told me I should be dieting as best I can, of course, but he said with the testosterone treatments, I'm going to notice some big changes in my body. Some of the biggest changes are going to be weight gain. He said that I'm going to be building muscle for the first time in a while, especially if I'm more active and I'm moving more and I'm doing more, and I certainly am. And I've noticed that since I started taking testosterone, a lot of my aches and pains are just not present. My back still hurts, but it feels better. My legs feel better, I feel better, and it's making me be at least a little bit more active around the house. Though I definitely have put on some weight due to my eating habits, and it's very worrisome, because 2013 was all about my career, and 2014 has got to be all about my body. It really does. One of the very first things I want to get worked on in 2014 is these stupid teeth. And we'll talk about that another time. I don't too depressing to get into it right now, but overall doing really, really well. The testosterone replacement is weird, because for the first time in my life I have chest hair coming in, and and there's like zits on my chest too that are kind of really gross to see. And I basically am going through puberty, kind of, I guess, because I don't know how long my testosterone's been low, or if it's always been low, and that's one of the causes of my problems. But I'm glad that we found the fix, even though I do have a feeling it's going to get worse before it gets better with all this muscle gain and the weight gain that comes with it. But hopefully I can keep rocking it. I do feel stronger. I do feel better. So I know we're on the right track. I was supposed to see my doctor tomorrow, but here in Northwest Arkansas, we are currently snowed in. It's gotten a little bit better, but I still don't trust myself out on the roads. If I were to wreck my car, if I were to trip and fall, if something were to happen, it could be life-threatening for me. So I really feel the best course is to stay home, reschedule with my doctor after the first of the year, which I don't want to do, but I think it's what's going to have to be done. One of the other things I wanted to talk about is that as my videos are getting more and more spread throughout the internet, I'm starting to read a lot of criticism. And you know, it's okay, because someone once said, in order to avoid criticism, the only way to avoid criticism is to do nothing, to say nothing, and to be nothing. And if you are ever going to say or do or be anything, you're going to get criticized, and you have to accept that criticism as part of the deal. And certainly I've tried to do something big here, and I think it's had some impact, and because of that, that criticism is certainly flowing. And it used to be all criticism about my weight. Boogie, you're fat. Boogie, you're fat. That's as far as they would get. But these days, it's a lot of it's criticism about the way I think, the way I act, the things I've done, and even to the point that the content that I'm producing, which is obviously the thing that I would expect it to be people to be critical of to begin with. And it's interesting to read this stuff because I try to use it as constructive criticism. And there are plenty out there who are very satisfied with the content that I'm producing and very satisfied with the job that I'm doing here. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those people. I always feel like I could be doing better. I could be writing better jokes. I could be writing better sketches. I could be putting more effort into it. I could up the production value. I could go bigger and better and stronger. It's something in the back of my head says, you just got to keep it the way it is because this is what people want from you. Stay true to your roots. Stay what you are. Do what you do. Maybe I will shake it up a little bit, and if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But this is what I've always done. You know, some people complain about too much video game play, but this has always been a vlogging channel and a video game channel in which I talk about video games. I started off as a World of Warcraft channel. A lot of people don't remember that. You know, talking about World of Warcraft and talking about my history of that game and messing around with that stuff. And that used to be my core audience. And now maybe these days my core audience is PC gamers and console gamers. And of course the people that stick around for the vlogs, who stick around because they think I'm an underdog. But it's weird reading that stuff. It's weird watching other people discuss you as a person, the things that you think and do, the way that you act, and the content you create. But it's humbling. It's very humbling. And it reminds me that I could always be doing a better job. And I know some of you love exactly what I'm doing and love it exactly the way I'm doing it. And I'm going to stay core to that. I'm going to stay true to that. But, you never know. And who knows what 2014 is going to bring. Who can even imagine at this point? I would have never expected 2013. Hopefully, I can get through it with this. Just stay even where I'm at career-wise. If I could stay where I'm at health-wise, I do want to lose weight, but I certainly don't want to gain. I certainly don't want things to get out of control. I certainly don't want to get sick. If I can keep my wife happy enough to stay married to me, it'll be quite the celebration, quite the celebration. One of the comments that has stuck with me for a while is that Boogie's beginning to believe his own hype. And I want to tell you just absolutely, absolutely that there's no one out there who thinks less of me than me. I will always, always, always be, in my mind, that fat, weird kid from Southwest Virginia that no one really likes, who's really good at video games, and always wants to be an actor but never will get to be. I'll always be that here, and I'll always be that here. And it doesn't matter how many good things you say, and it doesn't matter how many bad, because I don't know that I ever believe it. I don't know that I ever believe that it'll be any different than that. And I don't want you to say good things about me right now. I don't want you to reply to this video and say good things. I want you to realize that. Just realize that we are always going to be our most hard. You should be, and you probably always will be your worst critic. You'll always be the guy who looks at what you created and go, "This is a steaming pile of shit," and you'll always wonder why people like it, if they like it at all. I think it's always true. And every artist I've ever met, every performer, every entertainer, or every YouTuber, let's call us what we are, has felt that way, and I hope that I always do, because that's how you stay true. It's how you stay right. It's how you stay good. And for those of you who don't know, speaking of other YouTubers, I was on PKA again last week, 158. If you want to search it on YouTube, it's 4 straight hours of me hanging out with those guys and shooting the shit, talking about industry, talking about YouTube, talking about the world, talking about video games, talking about trucks, inexplicably. And I'm not a truck guy, but it might be something you're doing. So I'd like to hear what you are doing for the holidays as the secret word of this vlog. This way, if you use the word holidays all in your comment below, I'll know what you've got planned for this holiday season, whether it's New Year's, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever. I don't know, what other holidays do we celebrate this time of year? Whatever holiday you're celebrating, let me know what you've got plans for the holiday season, for your Christmas break, for finals, for whatever you've got going on. If you use the word holiday, comment box below. I'll know you made it all the way through to the end of this 10-minute video, and I hope you have a great happy holidays. A great... It's such a weird phrase. You don't want to offend anybody, but Merry Christmas, everybody! See you next time.